talk a little bit about what parents can do over the summer or even during the school year, things that you can do to enhance and help your kids' education. We were asked to talk on this, and there's a lot of really great things. Obviously, reading with your kids. When your kid your child, I should say, is a new reader, you can have them, as you're reading to them, stop and let them read certain words that you know that they have learned parts of at school or they've been working on, or have them find, for little kids, all the ands on a page or all the thes on a page, and make it kind of a fun scavenger hunt type of thing. For your older kids, the number one thing that you want to do as far as reading wise to get them excited about reading and wanting to read is to find something that they're interested in. If they're interested in skateboarding, find something on skateboarding, whether it's an article, whether it's some about a skateboarder, a biography about a skateboarder or something, but be sure you get into their hands something that they're passionate about, that they want to know more about. And when you do that, especially if they've been taught EBLI and they're accurate readers, what your goal is to get more reading and more words under their eyes. So every once in a while, have them read out loud to you. Be sure you go to the library or wherever, and or order books online or download articles where it's something that they want to read. And then have them read out loud to you. If they're guessing words, what you can do is, if they've had EBLI, have them tell you the sounds. If not, just tell them what that word really is and have them read it again. Know that when you read something out of your mouth or say something out of your mouth, it goes into your brain, okay? So we have to have the learner be the one that say it out of their mouth or that makes the correction when there's something that's wrong. So reading books that they like about subject matter that they love is going to be huge. Another thing that you can do is do some writing. You can do some writing where it's kind of a round robin writing, where, let's say with your family there's 4 of you. Each of you can write on a piece of paper or a whiteboard or whatever the beginning sentence of a story. You make up a story. So you each write the first part, you write for a minute, the timer goes off and you switch boards or papers, and the next person moves on with that story. So everybody is adding to each other's stories, and which can be a whole lot of fun and interesting. And then you can talk about, in a fun way, how do we fix these spelling things? Oh, we need to have a period here. So to get more and more writing, but also more and more accurate writing, that's kind of an important piece. And if your kids misspell stuff, show them what they need to do to fix it, and then again, have them be the ones that fix it. Always talk about the first time you write something, it's a sloppy copy and you're going to edit it because you want to have something that's publishable, which means also write to grandma and grandpa. Write a note to a friend or a cousin or those kinds of things, and they can write a sloppy copy. You can help them do edits. They can rewrite it and then send it off to somebody for what they want to do. So think of it in more fun and enjoyable and entertaining ways to enhance what they've learned. You really want to be careful not to get them to practice making mistakes, okay? So to misspell stuff and leave that, or to misread things and leave that, or have improper punctuation and capitalization. So be sure that they understand what the right looks like and how to do that, and that it then comes out of their hand and their mouth. You telling them isn't really how someone learns. Someone interacting and doing it themselves is. So that's a great thing. Some other really kind of cool things that you can do to help your kids out really don't seem educational at all, but things like doing mazes and talk to them instead of just putting a maze in front of them. Talk about, all right, so you went there, where are you going to go from here? So which way do you think? Well, look ahead, and so you're going to train and teach them how to plan, how to control the impulse to just wing stuff. Okay, mazes are great for that. Another thing that you can do are puzzles, but you really want to do something that we call mediated learning. With mediated learning, it was actually developed by a gentleman, cognitive psychologist, back after World War II. His name was Reuben Feuerstein, and it is spelled with some very weird spellings, I'd have to say. But he created a school for kids who survived concentration camps in Israel. And he brought all these teachers from all over the world to teach these kids, and the teachers said these kids can't learn because they're too traumatized, they cannot do it. So he created mediated learning, which is what we do, whether we're teaching teachers, whether we're teaching kids. Every time we teach, we do this, which means I do it first. So for example, if you're teaching your kids a puzzle, and I did this with my daughter, we had 3 little 100-piece puzzles, and I took out the first one, and I said, this is what you do. You take all the edge pieces. Now I didn't just say it to her, but I also showed her. And put the edge pieces over here. We're going to put that together first. And I actually did it and then, showed her what went on. And the next one, I said, okay, now go ahead and let's get all the edge pieces. And we worked on it together and put the puzzle together. And then the third one, she actually did it herself. So it's I do, we do, you do. Decreases anxiety when you're really sure. And I've shown you, not just told you, but shown you how to do something. And then we do it together and then you do it independently. The same daughter, I taught her long division in about 10 minutes by doing that. I did the first one, again, not just showing her, but 369 divided by 3. 3 goes into 3 once you put the 1 up here. Then you come down. 3 goes into 6. And so I showed her exactly how to do it myself. And then I had her do it while I talked her through it. And then she did it independently. And she did an entire sheet of it, which she was struggling with, but she did it immediately. So very quickly. So that mediated learning and helping your kids understand what exactly that they need to do helps them to be motivated. It's very success is very motivating, much more so than a treat or a extrinsic reward like a sticker or something like that. So doing puzzles and teaching them and talking them through it and having them repeat things back to you. This is another game that we play and it helps train memory and all kinds of great stuff. Is tell your child to do 3 things. Go upstairs, get the laundry, and bring it down. So you tell them that, then immediately have them tell it back to you, and then put a timer on so that if you have a student or a child where you were to tell them that and they never even make it to the stairs, the timer is really going to help keep them focused and not wander off before they ever even get to the first thing. So you say it, they repeat it right back. They can touch their fingers too. That helps them remember. And then they do it with a timer. And you can be hollering, hey, you've got 30 seconds to go. Don't give them a lot of time, maybe a minute, so that they can stay focused. So you're training them to focus, to sequence, to do a lot of good stuff. Hopscotch, that's a great thing to do in the summertime or anytime, but getting them to do that motor movement and the sequencing of how that's supposed to work. So a lot of those great fun games that me anyway, in my generation, we used to do when we were younger are great for your kids. Clapping games, my boyfriend's name is Patty, and doing that kind of stuff. All of those clapping, skipping, jumping, any of those kinds of things that train timing and rhythm are actually going to help your child with reading and writing and spelling and learning in general. So thinking of it as fun and your number one thing being what are they interested in and what do they want to do. They don't really want summer to look like more school. Certainly not worksheets or that type of thing. We even encourage teachers not to do a ton of worksheets, but getting your kids engaged, asking them to say the sounds as they write. Show them our videos on our YouTube account, okay? The EBLI YouTube account, there's a lot of great stuff that they can learn about, and it's entertaining, and kids love YouTube too. And another thing, and we'll have a video about our app. Our app is an excellent way for your younger kids, maybe 2nd, 3rd grade and younger, or any struggling reader to have the skills and the concepts and the handwriting and to actually teach them a whole lot along with reading accurately and fluency. So our app, it's called EBLI Island, I can remember that, and it's only available for iPads and 2nd generation and older. You can't get it on another tablet or a phone, but you can get it on there, and that's a great way to reinforce for your kids or even do instructions. So there's all kinds of great stuff, but really work to make it fun and enjoyable and have it be time with you as the parent, because all kids like that. But as long as you're not being too teachery. Kids don't want their parents to be too teachery, so you kind of sneak it in for them. So lots of good stuff to do, and watch our other videos for other ideas, and have your kids watch them too, and make their life easier.